Good evening, friends. Today's topic is not just a topic, but it's the need of the hour. Yes, it is the modernization of Indian Armed Forces, and I will be covering my topic in few subparts, which includes what is modernization, then its importance, the recent developments or the steps taken by the government, the problems, and at last the solutions or the way forward. Starting with what is modernization. So, modernization of armed forces simply means replacing or the decommissioning of the old equipments or the armaments like the submarines, ships, aircrafts, the tanks, the guns, and the artillery with the latest state of craft technology. And the modernization also means to introduce the drone army and the cyber army, as it is the need of the hour, as the current warfare has been changed from the past few years. Now, talking about the importance of the modernization is very much important as per the perspective of India, as India is currently facing the two front war from the Pakistan and China both, and both are very much capable in terms of military, and both have nuclear weapons as well. So it is need of the hour for India to modernize its armed forces. Other reason is, as India wants to become the world power, and for that India needs a self-reliant and a strong armed force. So that is also a reason. And also, as India has been a major importer of the Russian defense equipments, and those equipments are very old, and these equipments uh, have stopped the manufacturing companies of these countries have stopped making the spare parts, and India is facing a huge problem for that. So we have to replace them with the latest ones. Now, talking about the recent developments, so government has taken various steps. Very first, the INSAS rifle that is being replaced by the AK-203, and a factory has been set up in the Amethi, Uttar Pradesh, which will manufacture around 7 lakh to AK-203 to replace INSAS. And also the introduction of theater commands and also the chief of defense staff, both are very much relevant. And also the as India is banning the various defense equipments which are being imported from the other countries, and India is making itself, like the Tejas aircraft, which is a very good example of indigenously made weapon. So promotion of these kind of weapons and the technology is very much important. And also, so the recent step taken by the government, that is the introduction of Agnipath and the Agniveer scheme, which is also taken towards the modernization of armed forces. Now, talking about the challenges, so there are various challenges. The very first and the major challenge is the low budget for the Ministry of Defense by the central government, which is causing a hindrance, and various times our armed forces has to compromise with the latest technology, as we have to compromise due to the lack of funds with the old equipments and the technology. And also there is a low fund in the research and development wing, as there are very few organizations in India like the DRDO Hall, which produce military equipments for India. And also these companies are lacking in terms of the manufacturing of the state of craft technology, as like the American brands like the Boeing or the Lockheed Martin. And also there is a lack of interest among the youth towards the development and the research wing of the armed forces. So we need to promote this also. Now, talking about the solutions or the way forward, so as I earlier mentioned, for the modernization is very much relevant as per the perspective of India. And to India to become a global leader, we have to be self-reliant on ourselves for the in terms of the defense manufacturing, as we have to produce our own aircrafts, our own guns, our own submarines, our own tanks, and we need to stop the importing as much as we can from the countries like Russia, America, France, and Israel. And that's how we will be modernizing our armed forces, and also become a self-reliant India and also a world leader. Thank you.